Welcome back once again for another episode of Unboxing Magic. Today, we are going to be doing the unboxing of a 2014 core set Fat Pack. Now, for those of you who are not entirely familiar, the core sets for Magic the Gathering have been around since 1994 with the release of the Alpha set. The role of the core set, for the most part, has been to be a foundational set to be used during the tournament season and during the release of the block system to provide certain core cards and mechanics of the game that may or may not be included within the standalone blocks. Now, the core set itself didn't get its name as core set until after Magic the Gathering's 10th edition. After that, they were then referred to as core set, and then generally a year would be assigned to them. This particular Fat Pack is from the 2014 set, which this Fat Pack here is designed much like the typical Fat Packs that you would find today. It contains 9 booster packs, will contain a player's guide, and will also contain a spin down counter and 2 deck boxes, as well as a pack of land. So the availability of these Fat Packs on the market kind of waves a bit. It's one of those things where you can probably find it at some game shops still, but not necessarily always. I happen to find this at a game shop in Clawson, Michigan called Guild of Blades Retail, and they've got a pretty wide variety and selection of stuff that they have at their shop. The cool part about their shop too is that they just don't focus on trading card games. They handle gaming of every type, whether it's vintage video game systems and games themselves, tabletop role-playing games, hard to find stuff. They also carry miniatures, card games, obviously, like Magic the Gathering, but they also carry comic books, and for the most part, it's pretty much all things nerdy. So if you're in Michigan, if you're in the Clawson area, definitely check them out. They are a very cool shop. So today we're just going to pretty much jump right in, and we're going to open up this Fat Pack. So we're going to get out our handy dandy knife, and again, always be careful when using one of these and when opening up your packaging. Now, of course, all the cellophane on this is very, very tight, showing that it is still factory sealed. And let's go ahead and get these guys opened up. Now, I'm not expecting a whole lot of surprises when it comes to this, but I do know that the 2014 core set actually did have some pretty good planeswalkers in it. So let's go ahead and slide that box out of there. All right, and of course, as always, with the slip box that we have here, we're going to have within it the player's guide, which is going to have, in this one, an overview of what the colors mean. It actually does show you the color pie a little bit here too. And of course it goes through a profile of each color and what they are. And along with that, we have our illustrated guide to the cards that are in fact in the set. All right, and of course, because it is a Fat Pack, get this cardboard insert out of here. Because it is a Fat Pack, we've got some artwork on here. Now, of course, on these older Fat Packs, it's a little bit tougher to get these open because the stickum has been on them for that much longer. But let's see if I can do this without tearing anything. Well, so far so good. That stickum is on there really tough too. All right, and of course, oh nice, we got ourselves a poster of, I believe, Chandra. So let's get that into frame a little bit. There we go. And of course, core set, Origins, their artwork generally like this on the vertical setup, and then your standalones usually do their stuff on a horizontal. That's a stickum I was telling you about here. Let's go ahead and just pull that right off. There we go. All right, so not yeah, not bad condition, I would say. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the box. Let's go ahead and set that back there. Let's get these cardboards out of the way. All right, here we have our deck boxes for the 2014 core set. And here we are, the main event, of course, the packs. Put this box together here. And we have our spin down die. And we have booster packs, some more booster packs, and a land pack. So let's go ahead and open these guys up, and we'll see what we have. It is unless I can't open the pack, it happens. So we are, again, ultra careful with our handy-dandy tomahawk. And we just cut that cellophane off there. Now I'm not going to bother opening the land packs because, well, we know what's in them. If you've watched any of our other unboxings, then you know that it's literally just basic land. So we will set that aside. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 packs here. Got our 20-sided die countdown die. And this one here has the Magic the Gathering 14 logo on it. Set that aside. Let's open these up the rest of the way. Now, the cool thing with the core sets are that they incorporate a lot of cards from the older series. So a lot of your standard cards, stuff like Shivan Dragon, Nightmare, Zinger Vampire, things like that, you will find those generally in your core sets. Now, with the end of the core set upon us, with Origins being slated to be the final core ever released, you know, it's kind of bittersweet that I'm able to find a 2014 box the way that I have. Now, it wasn't outrageously expensive. In fact, I was able to get it at the normal retail price of $39.99. So definitely cool. Did not break the bank, which is nice. Now, of course, I am exploring the options of doing a Patreon so that those of you, my viewers, can you know, possibly contribute and actually add more suggestions to what we can possibly get to open for these unboxing videos. But more details will happen on that as I get closer to doing so. All right, so we are going to pull our token card. We've got an elemental, and we have a basic land in a forest. All right, so let's see what we've got here. All right, we have a Soul Mender, a Cursed Spirit, Cyclops Tyrant, Negate, that's made a big comeback lately, Armored Cantrix, Rumbling Beloth, Disperse, that also has made a comeback in the cores, Active Treason, also big in the Origin set, Giant Growth, Time Scour. And here we get into our uncommons. Wall of Swords. This has been around a long, long time. It's a 3/5 Flying Defender. Now, it's a wall for 3 generic mana and a single white. So pretty nice. Volcanic Geyser. X amount of generic mana, 2 red. Volcanic Geyser deals X damage to target creature or player. Dragon Egg. 2 generic and a single red. It's a defender, so it cannot attack. But when Dragon Egg dies, put a 2/2 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield, and it has pay 1 red. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, which is also known as the fire breathing mechanic. Let's see what we got for our rare. We got a Burning Earth. Very nice. Burning Earth, whenever a player taps a non-basic land for mana, Burning Earth deals 1 damage to that player. Pretty good card. Really good in a land destruction deck, I've found. So not too bad there. All right, so that's our first pack. And By the way, today's episode is sponsored by an unnamed soda, because I don't have any sort of corporate branding here, but it's delicious. Ah, my goodness. All right, so let's move on to pack number 2 in this box here. And hopefully you guys are seeing this a lot better than some of my other videos. I need to get a cameraman, I think. Well, not cameraman, camera person. I mean, I need an intern or something. I don't know. All right, so we have our advertising card. We have our basic land. Let's see what we got in our commons. Shock, which is an awesome common. I love shock. Claustrophobia. Fog. This has been around since Alpha. Shock has been around since Tempest, by the way. Let's see here. Trollhide. Dawnstrike Paladin. Very good card. Little expensive on the casting cost for what it is, but it's got Vigilance and Lifelink, and it's a common, so pretty good. Nephilia Seakite. Pillarfield Ox. Nightwing Shade. Deathglare Cockatrace, or Death Gaze. Yeah, sorry, Death Gaze Cockatrace. Cancel. It's in a lot of core sets now. Alright, so here we are with the first of the uncommons. We have Shiv's Embrace. 2 generic mana and 2 red. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and has flying. And also, enchanted creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn when you pay 1 red. So, again, it gives fire breathing and flying. Staff of the Wild Mages. 3 generic mana. Whenever you cast a green spell or a forest enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Phantom Warrior. Phantom Warrior cannot be blocked. For 1 generic and 2 blue. It's a 2/2 creature. Let's see what our rare is. Our rare is Seraph of the Sword. Flying. It's a 3 generic, 1 white cast angel. 3/3 power and toughness. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to Seraph of the Sword. So it is pretty much unkillable through damage. Very cool. Be good to go in a commander deck. Or if you're actually building a theme deck too. You know, angels are still pretty popular for that. Okay, let's see what we have here in our third pack. An angel token. And a swamp for our basic land. Alright, so we have Angelic Wall. Bloodbairn. Smelt. Vile Rebirth. Nephilia Seakite. Mind Rot. I've used that on several occasions. Deadly Recluse. This is one of those commons that's usually worth about $1 on the secondary market instead of the 20 cents that it should normally fetch, because it is a spider creature it's a 1/2 power toughness for 1 generic, 1 green, but it also features Reach and Death Touch. Striking Sliver. Ah, yes, the slivers. Nasty little boogers. We have Celestial Flare. Glade Cover Scout. It's another elf. This guy's hexproof. Here we are throwing commons. Another Staff of the Wild Mages. Oops. Congregate. 3 generic and 1 white. Target player gains 2 life for each creature on the battlefield. Battle Sliver. Sliver creatures you control get +2/+0 for 4 generic mana and 1 red. Now the thing to remember about slivers is that all slivers give each other their special abilities as a rule. So slivers are pretty gross. You know, you can have your Eldrazi, but I'd put the Eldrazi up against the slivers any day of the week, and I would take the slivers as being the winner. And here's our our rare Siphon Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have lifelink. That's gross for 2 generic and 1 black, and it's our rare, the 2/2 Sliver creature. So, imagine this, lifelink stacked with a +2/+0 bonus, so that's going to give you 4 points of life, and then, of course, give the Striking Sliver, which gives Sliver creatures you control first strike. Just saying, the effects all stack together and get rather gross rather quick. So far not bad. I mean, that's the thing about the core sets you also have to remember. There is some powerful stuff in the core sets, but the core sets are not necessarily built to be straight power. They are meant to be a balance. They kind of are the filler when it comes to what comes out in the blocks themselves. So here we are, pack number 4. I'll open this up. All right, pack number 4. Let's see what we got here. We have a cat token. Oh, we're going to have a foil in this pack. We have a plains. Let's go to our commons. All right, we have Corpse Hauler, Cyclops Tyrant, Hunt the Weak, Show of Valor, another Deadly Recluse, another Striking Sliver, Celestial Flare, Glade Cover Scout, Trained Condor. Alright, and here we go with our first of the uncommons. We have a Bubbling Cauldron. 2 generic mana, 1 generic, tap, sacrifice a creature, you gain 4 life. Or 1 generic mana and tap, sacrifice a creature named Festering Newt. Each opponent loses 4 life, you gain life equal to the life lost this way. Staff of the Mind Mages. Just like Staff of the Wild Mages, however, whenever you cast a blue spell or an island enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Barrage of Expendables. 1 red mana. And for a single red mana and sacrifice a creature, Barrage of Expendables deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Our rare is a Tidebinder Mage. 2 blue. Merfolk Wizard, 2/2 power toughness. When Tidebinder Mage enters the battlefield, tap target red or green creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Tidebinder Mage. And our foil is a Foil Swamp. Alright, cool. I like my foil lands. I've been known to occasionally make decks that have nothing but foil lands in them for their mana sources. They're flashy, literally, but they're fun. Let's go to pack number 5. We're now at the halfway point. Ooh, good card on the first common. But first, let's check our token. We got a Sliver token, which slivers are starting to take in this set more of a, oh, we got an island here. Slivers in this set seem to take more of a humanoid appearance, whereas in the original set that they first came out in, which was Tempest, and they were in the Tempest block, the slivers had more of a alien-type look. They actually resembled more the bugs from Starship Troopers. So I thought they looked great back in the day. Alright, here we have Divination. I use this card in a couple of my decks, honestly. Master of Diversion. Time Ebb. Put target creature on top of its owner's library. That's fun. Another Smelt. Vile Rebirth. Another Dawnstrike Paladin. Canyon Minotaur. Minotaur Abomination. Griffin Sentinel. Sensory Deprivation. Alright, and here we start with our uncommons. Here we start off with a Mana Weft Sliver. 1 generic and 1 green. Sliver creatures you control, tap, add one add one mana of any color to your mana pool. It essentially turns every sliver you have into a Gemhide sliver, which is the same, color. Also same casting cost, but it gives you the ability to do more. Doomblade. Destroy target non-black creature. This takes place over a couple other control cards that were in black, in particularly Terror, which had the same casting cost. One generic mana for Elixir of Immortality. 2 generic and tap, you gain 5 life. Shuffle Elixir of Immortality and your graveyard into the owner's library. So it's a cross between a life gain and a Felden's Cane. So not bad here. And our rare is Scavenging Ooze. 1 generic and a green for a 2/2 power toughness ooze. And of course his ability is pay 1 green mana, exile target card from a graveyard if it was a creature card, put a +1/+1 counter on Scavenging Ooze, and you gain a life. So pretty nice. That's handy, particularly in this era of exile, as I have called it recently. A lot of exile effects in the game right now, particularly with the Eldrazi in the Battle of Zendikar, Oath of the Gatewatch block. Alright, so let's move on. Pack 5. Or is this pack 6? This is pack 6. Let's see what we get out of this one. Alright, so we have an advertisement card as opposed to a token. Plains is our basic land. First common, Zephyr Charge. Neutralize. Sentinel Sliver. Bloodbaron. Acromancer. Duress. This has been around a long time, too. Deathgaze Cockatrice. Cancel, which is a replacement for Counterspell. Wild Guess. Canyon Minotaur. Cologne Tusker. And here we get into our uncommons. This one is Opportunity. 4 generic and 2 blue. Target player draws 4 cards. Flesh Pulper Giant. Let's see, this one is 5 generic and 2 red. When Flesh Pulper Giant enters the battlefield, you may destroy target creature with toughness of 2 or less. Boneside Sliver. 3 generic and 1 white. Sliver creatures you control have double strike, meaning they deal both first strike and regular combat damage. That's a pretty nice rare. I would use it. Not that I'm saying I'm going to build a Sliver deck, but I'm now really starting to think about doing so for Modern and possibly even Legacy. Alright, let's go into Pack 7. Alright, so here we have another card. This one here actually explains the rarity, all the way from common to mythic rare. It's kind of nice that they do that. Oh, we did get a foil here in this pack too. Alright, first we got a forest, basic land. Let's go to the commons. We have Claustrophobia, Fog, Lightning Talons, Nephilia Seakite, Mind Rot, Hive Stirrings, Elvish Mystic, Goblin Shortcutter, Scroll Thief. I like Scroll Thieves. Whenever Scroll Thief deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. Alright, and let's get into the uncommons. First uncommon of the pack. Zero cast artifact, a quarter's shield. It's a equipment artifact. Equipped creature gets +0/+3 and has vigilance with an equip cost of 3. Another artifact, single cost. Vial of Poison. 1 generic mana, sacrifice Vial of Poison. Target creature gains Death Touch until end of turn. Our next uncommon, Young Pyromancer. 1 generic, 1 red. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 red elemental creature token onto the battlefield. Our rare, Oath of the Ancient Wood. Whenever Oath of the Ancient Wood or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Now, the cool part about that is you can select more than one creature to do that each time you do this. So, pretty cool. And foil Deadly Recluse. Very nice. Always kind of wanted a foil Deadly Recluse. They are one of my favorite green cards. Alright, so we're 2 packs left. And I'd like to take this moment to say that our next unboxing for Unboxing Magic will be another Fat Pack. And the Fat Pack that we'll be doing next time will be a Fat Pack for Dragons of Tarkir. Can't wait to do this one, because the Tarkir set is the Tarkir block is actually still currently legal for standard play. All right, here we have 2 more packs left. Go ahead and open these up. I'm still hoping for something cool, like a Planeswalker or something. I mean, there's been some handy stuff in this Fat Pack, but nothing too spectacular. Another Sliver token. Another Forest. Let's see what we got here. Alright, Masters of Diversion. Time Ebb. Smelt. Nephalia Seakite. Dark Favor. Pacifism. That's a handy card. Hey look, another Deadly Recluse. Academy Raider. Kroll Merfolk. Mind Rot. Alright, and let's go ahead and get into our uncommons. First uncommon of the Fat Pack is going to be, or of the pack, is, let's see here, we got a Fire Shrieker. This is going to be 3 cast, equipment artifact. Equipped creature has double strike, and it's an equipped cost of 2 generic. Hey, Singer Vampire. This is a classic. 3 generic and 2 black, flying. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Singer Vampire this turn dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Singer Vampire. He's a 4/4 flying creature. Angelica Cord. 3 generic mana and 1 white. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained 4 or more life this turn, put a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Alright then. That's hot. We got ourselves a Planar Cleansing. 3 generic mana and 3 white. Destroy all non-land permanents. It is essentially a cross between a Jogglehops and Wrath of God. That's pretty sweet. Very nice. Very nice to see the board clearing effects do still exist, at least in the 2014 set. So let's go ahead and open up the final pack. Whatever do we have coming to us here? Alright, let's see what we have. Alright, first off, we have an info card. Our basic land will be a mountain. Let's now get into our commons. Alright, last pack of the Fat Pack. Here we have Pitchburn Devils, Verdant Haven, Child of Night, Pretty cool card. It's got lifelink on it. Gotta like that. Armored Cantrix. Big 2/5 crab. Regathan Firecat. Oh, another pacifism. Would you believe it? Another Deadly Recluse. Can't get enough of those. Academy Raider. Coral Merfolk. These guys have been around since the early days. Mind Rot. It's been around since, I want to say, Ice Age. And here we go into the uncommons. Here we have a classic that's been around since beta. Millstone. May have been around since longer than that, but I think it was first put in beta. There were certain cards that were introduced in beta that were not in alpha. But Millstone is a card that's so old, it's, you know, got a lot of people built decks around the effect. Now, here's Millstone. It's 2 generic mana. You can pay 2 generic and tap. Target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So the quote-unquote mill effect originated with this card. Corrupt. This has been around since Tempest. Or is it Urza Saga? I think it was Urza Saga. Corrupt. 5 generic mana and a black. Corrupt deals damage equal to the number of swamps you control to target creature or player. You gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Oh, Battle Sliver. Sliver creatures you control get +2/+0. And what's our rare? Wild Ricochet. 2 generic and 2 red. You may choose new targets for target instant or sorcery spell, then copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So this is a combination of Rebound from blue and Fork. So you literally choose new targets for an original instant or sorcery spell, and then you make a duplicate and then choose a target based on the duplicate. So that's pretty awesome. To use that defensively. Somebody goes to fireball you, you throw a Wild Ricochet. Not only do you fireball them, but you hit them back a second time with their own spell. It's a move I like to call, why are you hitting yourself? So, alright, not too bad. So, what did we learn from this Fat Pack? Well, what we learned from this Fat Pack is that Fat Packs don't always have tons of super powerful stuff, but you will get something good out of each Fat Pack. And the nice thing is that if you're just getting into Magic the Gathering, the Fat Packs are a good way to get a solid amount of cards to start off, you know, building a deck, maybe 2, and it gives you an idea as to what's available in that particular set and gives you something to work with. So, that all being said, I would like to thank you all again for watching this video. If you would, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your friends' family, tell your friends' family's family, and then basically, you know, take over Times Square and put up promotions saying, hey, you know, this show's on YouTube. Watch it now. All that wholesome good stuff. But either way, I'd like to thank all of you for watching the video. Have yourselves a great day. And remember, next unboxing video that we're going to do here on Unboxing Magic will be the Dragons of Tarkir Fat Pack. So, thank you again. And from all of us over at Angry Dwarf Studios, we're signing off. This is the Angry Dwarf. See you next time.